All right, well, let's face it, you know, sometimes you just need a quick bite, something to ease those hunger pains in between meals. But you know what? That can get tricky and get you in trouble because you don't want something prepackaged. It's full of sugar and it's going to blow your good eating plan. Board certified holistic nutritionist. This is Jolene Goring. You know her. You love her. We love it when she comes on. She's going to show us how to make some easy, no-bake. You like to call them energy bites, but are they good for you?
You know what? They're good for you and they taste delicious.
Oh, good.
This is a recipe ever since I was a child in Canada.
Ingredients. Just kind of tell us what you've got as you dump it in there.
The best thing is you can go through your pantry and you can use whatever you have. So you can modify almost anything here based on what you like, what your kids like, and just what you have to use it up.
Oh, I love it.
So we have the option. We can use oatmeal or we can use some of my favorite cereal. What would you prefer?
Ooh, I don't know. I like
Either
them
or.
both.
Okay, well, let's dump this one in, okay?
Okay, oatmeal.
So it's about a cup of oatmeal we're going to put in there.
All right.
And what we're going to do next is add some nut butter. I love peanut butter. I think you mentioned you do too. My favorite. I like to use natural peanut butter. The only ingredient should be peanuts. And you're going to see there's a bit of oil separation.
Yes.
This is normal. People get freaked out about this. Completely normal. It means that it's a natural product. There's no chemicals that are holding it all together.
Oh.
That's what we want. So all we need to do is just stir it up a little bit. Right? It gets the oil all mixed in.
Should you refrigerate this once you open it?
I like to. You don't need to if you're going to use it within 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay.
I like to keep it in the fridge and just take little spoonfuls.
Right.
So these bites, what we're going to do, if you want to do it, actually, you can help me out. We're going to put, it's about a third of a cup, but I've made this so much, I just put a couple big spoonfuls in.
Okay.
The great thing is when you're not baking it, you can modify as you go along and you can kind of add what works best for you.
Yeah, and I guess once you make them a lot, you'll kind of figure out, you know.
Right, exactly. That looks perfect right there.
Great.
Okay, so we got the peanut butter. Next up is the sweetener. I love peanut butter and honey.
Ooh,
that's one of my favorite, right? So once again, I like to use raw honey.
Okay.
That means it's not processed as much. I'm all about natural foods.
I can tell.
That's my thing. So we'll add about a third of a cup of honey, so we'll just squeeze it in here. Depending on how sweet you like it, you can add more or less, and you can taste it as you go.
Okay.
So if you want to mix those up, you can. If you have honey, that's great. If you would prefer to use something like maple syrup, that's good as well. If you like agave, so as long as it's a liquid sweetener, it's going to help to bind all of this together.
Okay, what's the difference between agave and honey?
Basically, it's different plants that make it. My favorite is honey. It has the most nutrients, and it's probably the least expensive too out of everything. Most people have honey in their pantry.
But they're both considered a sweetener, right?
They are, yeah, a liquid sweetener.
Okay.
Now we're going to add one of my other favorite ingredients, coconut oil.
Ooh,
love coconut oil.
So good for you.
You can rub it on your skin. You can put it in any recipe. And this actually, it's called a medium chain fatty acid. It does not get stored as fat in your body. It actually teaches your body how to burn fat.
Oh.
So we can actually call these fat burning energy bites.
Good. That's even better. It's getting better and better.
So we've got the coconuts. Okay, chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate chips? Are you okay with this?
Absolutely.
Add
Go
some
for
in.
it. Dark chocolate?
Yes, and they're mini. If you use regular chocolate chips, they're not going to stick together very well.
Oh.
So make sure you use the mini. I've tried the regular, not so good.
That's a great tip.
So that's a great consistency. I'm going to add a little bit more cereal just to make them bind together even that much more. Okay. So this is where you can kind of play around, see what texture you like, because we're going to form these into little balls.
Okay, we're going to have about a minute to do that.
Perfect. So I'm going to add a sprinkle of Himalayan salt. What this does, add it to everything, brings out the flavor, it balances, it alkalizes it. Cinnamon helps to balance your blood sugar. That's always good, and it's full of antioxidants. So now we get to get kind of dirty.
I love it.
Okay, so what we can do here, the kiddos will love this. All we're going to do is create little tiny balls just like this, and you can see how they're a little bit sloppy. That is fine, and you're going to put them on a pan, right, these little balls, and put them in the fridge for about an hour, and they're going to set up, they're going to solidify. Okay. So these are going to taste really great. You know what, I'm going to add a little bit more cereal. It's kind of hot in here. So
it's a little soupy.
The great thing is it's pretty easy to modify. You just add a little more.
So you just keep going and going and adding.
It works out well.
And all of these ingredients that you have over here, what can these are just something different.
So what you can do once these solidify a little bit, you can actually roll them in. We've got cocoa powder, we've got chia seeds, we've got coconut, you can use crushed nuts. Pretty much anything, so you can make these little balls. Like I say, when kids help you make things, they're going to want to eat it more, right? So you can actually kind of crush these together. Yeah, so basically what you're going to want to do there is put them in the fridge, let them set up a little bit, kind of like haystacks almost.
Okay.
Right, see, this is parchment paper here, so you're going to put them in the parchment paper, put them in the fridge, they're going to solidify. The coconut oil is going to really hold it all together.
You're messy.
Look at how neat you are.
I know.
Oh, I love it. I'm just like all over the kitchen.
A little anal retentive I am. Okay.
Taking over the space.
So here's the deal. It goes in the refrigerator. It sounds like you should store them in the refrigerator to
Yes.
keep them that way and
Yes.
just grab one bite at a time.
Exactly.
I
And you
love
can,
it.
yeah, you can take them throughout the day and they're fine, but store them in the fridge or the freezer. The freezer is great too. So how do they taste?
Oh my gosh, they're so good.
I know. Aren't
So
they
good.
delicious?
Jolene, you're amazing. Thank you. Very healthy, very delicious, and a little energy at the same time. And
Right.
guess what? She had the recipe for us, and we put it on our website, so you can get it too, sonoranliving.com.